Very excited. Science Week assembly led by the Science Department. I'm sure I'm just as excited as you. We're not standing on eggs today, we're not throwing eggs today, but I'm going to hand over to Dr Sialvi and he's going to entertain you, but always thinking about that education and where we can go with our science as well. Okay? Dr Sialvi. Thank you. Let's give you a round of applause.
Good morning, everybody. Right, welcome to this week's, this year's, I should say, Science Week Assembly, and we are very excited actually to be here and present to you and showcase to you some of the demonstrations, the experiments, and as Mr. Sanders said, actually science is yes, absolutely a lot of fun, but there's lots of learning involved as well. But before we start, do you enjoy your science lessons? Yeah. Hands up. Who enjoys the science lesson? Whoa, that's pretty unanimous, isn't it? I'm pretty happy with that, absolutely. And that's absolutely down to the amazing, the inspirational and hard-working team that have working alongside me to provide these opportunities for you, to inspire you, not just in the classroom, but outside as well. For example, just as today. So we will get going, and we will start off by looking at this year's theme. Who knows what this year's theme for Science Week is? Yes. It is growth. Well read up there, absolutely, it is growth. And growth could be related to a number of things, around us, but also particularly in science. So we thought we'd start off by looking at what does growth mean to you in science? Mr. French, what does growth mean to you?
The gym being built, so it started off as a flat piece of land not so long ago, and now it's nearly finished.
Absolutely, and that's so important because actually in that project it's not just science, it's science, technology, engineering and maths. They all come together, collaborate, people from different expertise collaborate to actually have a project such as that for us to enjoy hopefully from September. Mr. Panting.
I think of muscular hypertrophy, which is muscles and the heart muscle, all our body muscles getting bigger and stronger through exercise, so nice and stereotypical.
Absolutely, brilliant. And to me actually, when I think of growth in science, I think of the way we grow our knowledge. And actually sometimes we have to accelerate that growth of knowledge. And in particularly, recently we had the pandemic, which is still going on. And actually we've had people from all walks of life in terms of microbiologists, chemical engineers, we have chemists. They're all working together with the same goal of actually coming up with a vaccine. And we're so fortunate enough now to have a number of vaccines to overcome this pandemic. We're not there yet, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we will get through it, absolutely. So you can see there, problem solving. That's a key word that comes to mind when I think about science and STEM. You are going to come across lots of situations and scenarios where you have to problem solve. And it's a skill you have to learn, okay? Right, fantastic. So, are we ready to see some science? Yeah! Okay, brilliant. So I thought I'd start off with a demonstration looking at physics. And physics, we know, is the scientific study of matter, energy, and the interaction between them. Okay? And you'll do lots and lots of topics in your curriculum, throughout the curriculum, looking at physics. So at the moment, I know Year 7s are doing forces and just like energy and so on. So this demonstration right here actually involves a pendulum. Here you have a pendulum. Does this pendulum have energy? Yeah, hands up if it has energy. Absolutely does. Mr. French was able to give it a little bit of energy and it is actually now swinging back and forth. There is a force which is pulling all of those balls down to the center of the ground. What force is that? Gravity, absolutely. And there is a famous scientist who helped us to understand and the theory of gravity. Which scientist do I have in mind? Elliot? Sir Isaac Newton, absolutely. Now, this pendulum, it doesn't carry on going, does it? It eventually stops. Why does it stop? What's happening to the energy which has been input into this pendulum? It's decreasing in the sense it's being transferred to somewhere else. Where is it being transferred to, Harry?
To being used in air resistance and also friction.
Okay, so there is a lot of friction and there is a lot of air resistance which causes that energy that's been input, the kinetic energy, which is transferred to the surrounding, and it's lost. There's a key word, year 7. Everybody in year 7 should tell me what's that key word where it is lost to the surrounding. Toby? Dissipated. Well done, Toby. Absolutely. So that energy dissipates. Fantastic. So we thought, how can we make this experiment a bit bigger? Let's grow it. So we've got a life size or large size pendulum. Okay. So if I was to have this pendulum here and I release it, I release it. It's going to swing to the other side and it's going to come straight back. So here we go. Whoa. So, but we can see there's energy being transferred. So we've got energy there. We've got what type of energy when I hold the ball up here? Energy.
Gravitational potential.
Gravitational potential energy. And when I let go, what is that energy transferred to? Nick? Kinetic energy. And then it goes gravitational potential energy again. And then it rocks back and forth. Now if I was to let go of the ball here, right next to my nose, okay, it should swing back, swing there, swing back, and not cause any damage to me. So I'm willing to risk my life in the name of science. Yes? Actually, let me rephrase that. I'm willing to risk Mr. French's life in the name of science. Come on, Mr. French. No, I don't want any damage to myself, so it's okay. No, carry on. Let's go. Should we have the countdown? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh. No, it's not going to get there, is it? Why does it not go to Mr. French and actually strike him in his face? Yes, Luke.
Can you get slowed down like the air resistance?
Absolutely. The energy that's input at the beginning, there is a very special law which helps you to understand that whatever energy you input, that energy is always comes out in terms of the outcome. What's that law called? What's the name of that law? Let's have somebody else who has an... Go on, Oscar.
Law of conservation of energy states that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred to another form of energy.
Another GCSE answer. Well done, Oscar. Absolutely. So, he's spot on. And actually, this pendulum, I can describe it as, it teaches a lot of life lessons as well. I call it a pendulum of wisdom. And it's with anything in life. Whatever you put into anything, that's what you get out in return. Okay, so in this case, the energy that's been input as a result of gravitational potential energy is transferred to kinetic, gravitational potential and back. And it will never increase in energy. But that energy is lost to the surrounding. Okay, so for the next experiment, this is a really exciting one actually. I've found a way to grow money. Hands up if you want to be a millionaire. Good. Look, we've got some staff.
People already are.
I'll tell you what, staff, you're in the wrong profession if you want to be a millionaire. No, we're not in it for the money. Absolutely, hands down. So actually, we can, using a bit of science or maybe magic, I'll let you decide, we can grow some money. So for this, I'm going to need a volunteer first of all. Okay, let's have you up. Come on then. I want you to have a look at this piece of tissue right here. Hold it. Show it to everybody. Does it have, do you think this paper is special in any way?
No.
Just a piece of paper. Can I turn this into a £50 note?
No.
Oh, come on, have a bit of faith in me. Do you think I can do it?
Yes!
I like you guys, okay. So, I want you to stand over there for me, and I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to turn this tissue paper, or whatever you want to call it, into a £50 note. Okay, to do this, I need to first of all light fire. Yeah, always love a bit of fire. Okay, so tissue. Okay, so if I was to wrap this tissue around like this, and I was to light it, keep your eye on it. Okay, count down. 3, 2, 1. What do I have here? What do I have here? Voila! no, actually, have a seat for me, have a seat. So actually, it's not a real £50 note, it's just a piece of paper. The reason why it's not a real £50 note, previously I would do this experiment, this demonstration with a real note, and it would work absolutely fine. And I explain how it works because I'm not a magician. Magicians don't share their secrets. I'm a scientist, we're scientists. So we would explain in terms of the science behind it and how it works. So actually, what we use in this demonstration is this special paper called flash paper. And this paper has been soaked in nitric acid, sulfuric acid, which makes it highly flammable. So it burns really, really quickly, and it breaks down into tiny, tiny pieces. So that's why you don't see it. And what I did was, and the trick was behind the matchbox. The matchbox had a little compartment, and I had that paper in there already. So when I lit the match and I closed it, it was in my hand. And I covered it with the flash paper. And when I lit it, the flash paper burned brightly and quickly, whereas the fake £50 note didn't. Okay? When I've done it previously, it would be with a real note. But as we know, notes have changed, haven't they? They're now made out of what? They're plastic. So I did the experiment last night to see if it works, and look what happened to my £10 note. It's all melted. So I'm £10 short. Absolutely. So I had to print a fake note. But let's show you in terms of how it looks. So here is a small piece. There we go. Okay. And a large one. Here we go. That's amazing, isn't it? Absolutely. Fantastic. So now, one thing I do need to point out, that a lot of these experiments you cannot do at home, because we're professionals. Even though we watch them on the internet, you can't do that. You still can't do them at home, okay? So there are some that you can, which we will point out to you, all right? And for the next experiment, I thought we'll look at the science of flying and how our understanding of the concept of flying has evolved. Like, it's incredible that we come to a stage where we have aircrafts that are able to fly us all the way around the world, different places. And that's not possible without the innovation and the research from lots and lots of different engineers and scientists to get to where we are today. So for this experiment, we have these amazing gliders. This is one of my favorite demonstrations and experiments. And some of you have done this already in Science Club. And these are made from very thin polyester foam essentially. And they're so light that as you let go of them, watch, they just glide. They just glide and hover because they don't need that much air to be able to give them that momentum to stay in the air. How do they work? Well, basically, we have air around us. And if you're able to channel that air using something, the air will hit, for example, this cardboard, and it will create a stream. And the glider almost hovers over the top of that stream. Okay? And if I just show you with this demonstration, you can actually do this pretty much forever. So you can steer it, and it will not fall. Okay, which is amazing. So you've got a stream of air, and it's quite still in here, so it works beautifully, and it just hovers, and that can go all day long. Woo, okay, so that's amazing. Now, there's a little bit of science. I don't want to talk too much, but it's important to understand. And there's a very famous scientist called Brillini, okay, an Italian scientist, and he helped us to understand the concept of fast-moving air. So if you have fast-moving air, it creates low pressure. And if you have slow-moving air, it creates high pressure. And it's the structure of the wings of the aeroplanes which allows them to glide and obviously fly. And you can show this by having a piece of tissue. I can allow this tissue to rise by blowing over the top. So over the top is fast-moving air, so watch this. So there's fast-moving air over the top, low pressure, And there's slow moving air at the bottom, high pressure, which lifts the tissue up. And the same can be used for these gliders and for aeroplanes. Should we have a competition?
Yeah.
Should we see who out of us three are the best in terms of flying gliders? Who do you reckon? All right. There's only one way to actually find out. Let's try this. Here we go. We ready? So whoever has it in the air for the longest, yes? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see with each other. How many goes do you want? How many goes? Okay, round of applause, please. I need 8 volunteers from the science club, guys. Sorry, science club. I need 8 of you guys. So, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Do we got Andy
5.
restricted him?
Yes.
Yeah.
6, 7. Come on.
Go
Come on. Okay. So go stand behind one of these gliders. Let me explain how you're going to do it first of all. Actually, I don't need to because you guys are experts already. Okay. There we go. Good enough? Yes. Right, we're going to see out of these guys who is the best at flying these gliders. Please, can we be mindful of our spatial awareness? Yes, we don't want any bumping of heads. I know Matron's already very busy, so let's keep it safe. There we go, we ready? So hold it and do it. 3, 2, 1, go! Go. Well done, Andy. Andy was definitely the winner, wasn't he? Okay, so that was good fun. I love that demo. That's one of my favorites. For the next one, we thought we'll bring circus to Aldwickbury. Circus. Yes, absolutely. And let's do the demonstration first, and then we'll talk about the science behind it. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 who are really good at hula hooping. I need my hula hooping experts. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we need 4 fairies. Thank you. No talking now. Right, fantastic. So, there we go. You got your 2. One space over there. Boys, can you come closer a little bit this way? And can you come down here for me? Right. There we go. So we're ready for this. You boys, where you're standing, you're going to do all of your activities, and we're going to get involved as well. Ready, Mr. Panting?
Yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa! It worked! It actually worked! Mr. Panting! Look at that! Round of applause for these guys! Yes, look! Look at that! Amazing! Okay! Put everything down for these guys. Round of applause! Now, that experiment had nothing to do with science. We just wanted to show off our juggling skills. That's all it was. But no, actually, there's lots and lots of science involved in simple tasks as we've just seen. So all of us there, we have energy, don't we? We transfer that energy to the different activities we're doing. where do we get our energy from? Where do we get our energy from? Food, absolutely. So whatever you had for breakfast this morning, I had a lovely egg McMuffin, not from McDonald's, from obviously a lovely cateress, and also some porridge, which actually fueled me to be able to do this today. But where does the food get the energy from? Where does the food get the energy from? Jack? The absolute sun. Through what process? So we know the food is made from plants, and the plants will get their energy from the sun. Tom? Photosynthesis. So the plants will use sunlight to convert the light energy into chemical energy and store it within their tissues. Absolutely. And we get 95% of our energy from the sun. Where does the other 5% come from? If 95% is from the sun, where does the other 5 come from? Toby?
Geothermal.
What's geothermal?
Hot rocks under the ground.
Fantastic, Toby. Absolutely. Hot rocks under the ground, which can be, you can use that heat to actually boil water and drive steam turbines to generate electricity. Absolutely. Fantastic. Right, so for the next experiment, we're going to look at another principle related to the scientist Bernoulli. Struggling to say that word. So we're going to need 3 volunteers for this one, please. 3 volunteers. Let's have Nick, Mace, and from the back we will have, let me just be certain. Dan, come on Dan. Okay? Right. Fantastic, fantastic. There we go. So in this experiment, you boys are going to just hold these hair dryers, please, and just hold them upright. Grab this one, and just hold them upright. And we're going to turn them on, and I'm going to place either a ping pong ball or a balloon over the top. So if you just turn that one on for me. Hold up. Very nice and slow. Amazing. This is something you can do at home. But please get permission from your parents, okay? Don't want to be using your hair dryer without permission. So, again, this is related to the same scientists who spoke about fast-moving air and slow-moving air. We've got gravity pulling the ball down, yeah? And in return, we've got force from the air, which is actually holding it up and allowing it to float. We've got fast-moving air from the hairdryer, which is creating what type of pressure? High or low? Low pressure, correct. Fast moving air, low pressure. On the outside, around here, we've got slow moving air, and therefore high pressure, which creates a jet, and it keeps the ball kind of hovering and levitating within that, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, you can move around, boys. Move it around. There we go. Oh, yeah. Brilliant. Okay, put it down. Oh, so we thought, you know what? I was speaking to Mr. French and I thought, how can we make this experiment grow? And Mr. French goes, well, I've got a great hair dryer. Even though I'm not using it for my own hair, but I've got a great hair dryer. So he brought in a leaf blower, and we bought a beach ball, and we thought, let's see what's going to happen. The boys, can you put the stuff down? Round of applause for the boys, please. Fantastic. So, now, just a word of warning. It's not too loud, actually. We did it yesterday. We thought it'd be louder, but it wasn't. So, if you do find the sound a little bit loud, then just cover your ears. That's all you need to do. Nothing to worry about. It's just a bit of sound. Here we go. Go for it, sir. Okay, so again, you know, you could do the experiment by just having a leaf blower and a beach ball. How much fun is that? Absolutely. Okay, so linked to actually another experiment we just did a little while ago with the ribbons. You can also make the ribbon experiment even bigger as well. And we're going to showcase that by using some fans and some toilet roll, some toilet tissue. Now, absolutely, you're going to be creative sometimes, aren't you? You're going to make things happen and make things work and make them exciting. And again, this is very dangerous, so you can't do this at home, absolutely. And so what we've done is we've attached a bit of tissue to the blade of the fan, and if we turn it on, hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah, absolutely, it works, there we go, fantastic, I'm happy with that. Hey, look at that, it's a little vortex. Okay, and then we can make it even bigger. We thought, actually, small fan is not enough, so here's my industrial fan. You're probably all going to be blown away in a second. Okay, no, I'm kidding. But hopefully, you'll be able to see it even better. Here we go. Yeah! Absolutely, brilliant. Okay, so again, really cool effect. And this is because there's forces acting as well as in the forward direction. Okay, there's also forces going sideways. And because of that motion and the interaction of those forces, you get this lovely vortex effect. And that's how you get tornadoes, okay? Because of the forces involved. So we thought, I'll be a hypnotist now, and will hypnotize you all. So I want all of you guys to look right in the middle, right here, okay? You're going to look right in there. And repeat after me. Sit down. Repeat after me. We will all work hard in our lessons. Come on! We all love science. We're going to be scientists when we grow up. We've done our job, sir, haven't we? Yeah, we've done our job. What a round of applause, please, guys. Okay, so this is the final experiment. This is our finale. And I'm hoping this is going to go down as well as it did yesterday. But one thing that I need to point out, listen please, thank you, is when we do this experiment, you do need to stay seated. I don't want anybody standing up and trying to catch what I was going to be flying at you. You need to stay seated so everybody's safe, okay? This is a really cool piece of kit. This is called an air zuka. And what this does is it produces these beautiful air rings. And inside the air zuka, we know there's lots of air, isn't it? There's lots of air. And it has like a plunger at the back. And if you pull the plunger and strike it, the air particles within, because of the force of the plunger, they collide and the air rushes out really, really fast. And because again, you've got fast moving air and slow moving air, it kind of overlaps itself and it makes these beautiful rings, okay? And what you can do is, if you have a cup on the top of your head, rest it, and if I go like this and I fire it, hopefully, oh yes! Did you see that?
Yeah.
There we go, let's do it again. Oh, nearly. Oh, it's too far, But, that's the problem. With this size, there's only so much power you can get. So this is the Air Zuka 1000, so we got a bit creative and we made the Air Zuka 5000 by using a bit of cardboard, a bit of masking tape, a bit of duct tape, and there is our Blue Peter moment right there, absolutely. And what you can do is, to see those rings even better, you can actually put some fog in there. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to hit those cups. Come on. Where's those cups? listen, it's just a bit of fun. It's not going to harm you anyway. There's a saying in science departments around the country that you're not a real science teacher until you set the fire alarm off. You're not a real science teacher. Mr. Panting, have you set the fire alarm off?
Yeah.
Real science teacher. Mr. French.
Oh yeah, loads.
Real science teacher. I haven't set off the fire alarm yet, so I'm a fake science teacher, but although this might be my chance. Okay? This might be my chance. But no, actually, we've asked the maintenance department to switch off the detector, so hopefully he's remembered. Okay? So, we wanted to go even bigger. Okay? And this is really cool. So this is Ezuka 10,000. There we go. Ezuka 10,000. So, we're ready to see some more rains? Now, fantastic, fantastic. Look, science can be a lot of fun, and by using a few bits of equipment around your homes, you can be creative. Creativity is something we always drive, and I don't think we do enough of that. And you can create Absolutely. So the point I'm trying to make is you can create lasting memories by actually being creative and applying your knowledge, applying your science to different situations and problem solving. Please, hopefully you've enjoyed that, and we're going to have lots more science related activities in lessons this week, and hopefully we can celebrate Science Week together. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Dr Sialvi, Panting. The aim of this school, now whatever the department, is to ignite your passion in whatever that may be, whether it's science, whether it's drama, whether it's the arts, whether it's sport, and you've certainly done that today, guys. I mean, it's amazing, and you're very, very fortunate to have an amazing science department that inspire that passion. I see from your knowledge and from your understanding, your answers here, and we are looking in the future from sort of September to introduce this future thinking curriculum that I spoke about on Monday, which gives you more opportunities in STEM and to extend your work outside of the science lesson, extend your work outside of technology, drama, the arts, etc. So it's really, really exciting what we've got planned for the future. But enjoy Science Week this week. Remember, everything you're doing that's inspiring you and you're having fun with, there's an education behind it as well. So I think finally a big round of applause to the Science Department.